Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focus. Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focus. Focus. Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep focus.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. This is Focal Online TV, where we bring information to broadcasting. This morning, we are broadcasting live within the Topo Village community on the Japanese Highway. Welcome to the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. Today is Friday, August 4th, 2023, and I am your presenter on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. And my name is Greg Fina C. Parr. I'm here this morning with my co-presenter, and his name is K. Lyndon Topa is my co-presenter here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. This morning we have our revision of our newspapers here in studio. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have the New Dawn newspaper, we have the Independent Probe newspaper, we have the Front Page Africa newspaper, and our sources internationally. We have BBC and CNN. So as we begin this morning with our news, please don't forget today begins the weekend. And I'm saying to you, find a place, first, enjoy yourself, and have yourself a blessed weekend. Don't forget, this is to announce officially that tomorrow campaigns open. So tomorrow we will be experiencing some campaign spirit within our country, Liberia. We here on Focal TV prioritize the peace of our citizens. So we encourage you to seek peace in every endeavor as we go through this time of our campaign. Later on our show today, we will have some of our wanting to be or some of our aspirants who will be taking political seat here in District 13, who will give a statement as it relates to the campaign arena here in our country, Liberia. But before we go for this short break, please don't forget, when we come back, we will begin with the Daily Observer newspaper, wherein we bring you the headlines and the news in details. Please stay with me, please.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another daily edition of Inside the Print Media. Today is Friday, August 4, 2023. Today begins the weekend. So we are saying happy weekend to you before we miss. Grateful for small things, big things, and everything in between. Be grateful for small things, big things, and everything in between. Happy weekend. Happy weekend here from all of the staff of Focal Online TV. That's why we are saying to you, please prioritize the peace of our loving nation, Liberia, as we go through our campaign time or our campaign period. So this morning, we will be taking our news headlines and using details from the sources that was announced previously before this breakout. So when we get back after the news headlines and using details, we'll have some of our candidates who are aiming for political seat here in district number 13 to give a statement as it relates to the campaign period that will be officially open in EC here tomorrow. So we'll have online, we'll have a statement from Paulinas. We are hoping that it goes through smoothly, and we'll also have a statement from Prince Gateway candidate for today. So we begin with the Daily Observer News. Don't forget, this is the daily edition of Inside the Print Media, and my name is Greg Financipar. I'm here this morning with my able co-presenter. His name is Lyndon Topa is my co-presenter this morning, and we will be drilling you through interesting top stories as it relates to our country, Liberia, and the world at large. Daily Observer newspaper, the headlines. Three convicted for armed robbery in Ganta, Nima County. Three convicted for armed robbery in Ganta, Nimba County. Three convicted for armed robbery in Ganta, Nimba County. The 8th Judicial Circuit in San Nicolas City, Nimba County, has handed down a guilty verdict against three men for armed robbery of a local businessman in Ganta. The robbery incident took place in December 2022. The court sentenced the mastermind, key planner, and executor of the robbery, Bill Padmore, to 20 years imprisonment, while his two accomplices, Roland Kier and Frederick Dumba, were sentenced to 15 years each. A fourth person, Tereswa, who was also arrested by the police in connection to the robbery saga, was found not guilty and set free. Terry is a motorcyclist who was carrying a victim home during the evening hours when Bill Padmore and his men used an automatic gun to carry out the robbery. Swa was thought to have been the one who orchestrated or set the victim up for his collaborators to prey on him. It was later proven not to be the case. The three men were found guilty of 5 counts, including criminal conspiracy, armed robbery, aggravated assault, theft of property, and criminal facilitation, respectively. According to the court document, the convicts will shortly be sent to the Zwedru Correction Palace where they will serve their sentence. What has come to be known in Gaza as the first Day armed robbery took place in the late December last year when Bill Yele, a young money changer foreign exchange vendor, was attacked and shot in his legs while heading home. The robber made off with over US 5,000 and over LRD 105 $100,000 Liberian dollars. The court has ordered the convicts to restitute the money. The victim was quoted by the police when the incident happened last year. That's why he and the motorcyclist were on their way. The motorcyclist made a sudden stop at a certain place around Toke community in Ganta as the robbers wearing masks rushed on him, asking him to hand over his bag or be killed. Accordingly, while tussling over his bag and crying for help, the motorcyclist didn't make any effort to help him, and the armed gang took away his bag and fled away. The main perpetrator, Padmo, immediately fled with the money to an unknown location until he was arrested in Monrovia this year and sent to Nimba for trial. Ganta has been a scene of a wave of criminal activities, especially armed robbers in the past few. Residents of the Bongorin commercial hub were shocked early this year when an angry crowd mobbed the death of a Nimba County footballer who, along with others, was reportedly involved in an act of armed robbery. Since the death of Nimba defender, popularly known as Sabu, and the subsequent arrest of the notorious ringleader Abu Wami, an Ivorian who is believed to be the mastermind behind a series of armed robbery incidents in the county, there has no report of armed robbery. Meanwhile, the robbery case that led to the death of Sabu and also involved Wami is pending at the court. This is how we move over to another headline under the Daily Observer newspaper. The headline reads, Cummins plans to reform Liberia's agriculture boost food security. Cummins plans to reform Liberia's agriculture boost food security. The news in details. For decades, several agricultural policies have been introduced by different administrations of the Liberian government, but the desired growth of the sector has not been achieved. So, ahead of Liberia's presidential and legislative polls on October 10th, presidential candidates of the leading party are strategizing on how to revamp the country's ailing agriculture sectors in if elected. In spite of several agricultural policies implemented to achieve food security in Liberia, food sustainability continues to be a major challenge. Food inflation has remained high, making it difficult for millions of Liberians to afford basic meals amid depleting incomes. However, Alexander Cummins of the collaborating political parties wants to do things differently. Reform Liberia's agriculture in an effort to boost food security and improve the country's export power. Cummings, among many other things, intends to aggressively prioritize the marginalization of the huge endowment of arable land across Liberia to make agriculture the source of massive employment and wealth creation of Liberians. Agriculture will be the backbone of Liberia's economy under my watch when I am elected in October. Cummings said on Saturday, 29 July, at a farmers summit held in Bombing County. The summit was held under the auspices of the World Foundation International WFR Agricultural Cooperative Agency. When God blesses me to become Liberia leader, my government will make agriculture the backbone of a country, of our economy, so that the citizens can feed themselves and farmers can make money and support themselves and their families, Cummings said. And we intend to do agriculture on a large scale in a modern way. Agriculture has been the mainstay of Liberia's economy, being the primary livelihood for more than 60% of Liberia's population and accounting for 31% of Liberia's 2021 real gross domestic product GDP, according to the International Trade Administration, an organ of the United States Department of Commerce. The sector, according to the World Bank, employed over 60% of the labor force. This is how we close down on the Daily Observer newspaper. We now move over to K. Lyndon Tokba for the headlines from Front Page Africa and the news in details. K. Lyndon Tokba.
All right, thank you, Griffin and Sipa, for such a beautiful reading. Uh, from Page Africa, AU and UN galvanize media support to end harmful practices forum of over 70 media practitioners from West African and Northern regions on reporting sensitive and harmful traditional practices, including female genital mutilations at its headquarters in Addis Ababa. The training, which is the way of mobilizing support of media practitioners and university journalism faculty members from the member state currently implementing the AU campaigns on ending child marriage and eliminating female genital mutilations will enhance media awareness, garner media support for advocacy-based reporting, and to mobilize social behavioral changes at all levels marriage, and female genital mutilations. Media experts are expected to lead actions and reform towards ethical, informed balance and human rights focused reporting on sensitive and harmful traditional practices with a key focus on victims, including women and children who have been affected by the issue. Stay on the front page Africa newspaper. Inclusive Growth Pillar Team, lead coverages Growth Accelerator Liberia guarantees to be your own boss. Team leader of the United Nations Development Program is encouraging business entrepreneurs, especially Growth Accelerator Liberia guarantees to be their own bosses in the economy. So this is an opportunity to be your own boss and grow your own business. I know you are in competition, but you have to keep in mind that it is do or die situation. He stressed. Faculty made the remarks on Wednesday, August 2, at the part of the 3-day visioning bootcamp of Growth Accelerators Liberia. So this brings us to a closure of Front Page Africa news story. Back to you, Grafina Sipa, for the continuations of local news.
So we continue from the New Dawn newspaper as it relates to the headlines and the news in details. New Dawn newspaper headlines. Liberia's redemption is here. Liberia redemption is here. The news in details. Reverend Ellen Roosevelt Brown Jr., presidential candidate of the Liberia Restoration Party, LRP, says top on his presidential plate is the welfare of children growing up in Liberia. The redemption of Liberia is here and starts with the children, Brown Jr. told journalists here Thursday, August 3, when he unveiled his vice presidential candidate at his party's headquarters in Singer. We want to see children becoming children again with love, responsibility, and discipline, he said, while emphasizing that a broken society begins with broken children. He bemoaned the suffering of Liberians, mainly children in the country, stressing that the platform of LRP is about God and Liberia restoring the purity of the nation and its people. Reverend Brown noted that the greatest resource that Liberia has is in the people's bemoaning that this hasn't been utilized, but rather underdeveloped over the years in terms of empowerment and productivities of the society from teenagers. Brown's message suggested that he sees himself as a facilitator of change rather than a savior figure. He reminded Liberians of the role they need to play in the redemption of the nation, encouraging them to take an active role in shaping their own future. In reiterating the LRP agenda, Brown expressed his desire of returning Liberia back to God as contained in his agenda while calling for inclusiveness and coexistence. The LRP standard bearer further explained that his party's aim is to harness the potential of Liberians, enabling them to be capable of earning meals for themselves while impacting the larger society. Mr. Brown also outlined policy options for agriculture through marginalized farming that will allow the flow of food for citizens, youth empowerment, and at the same time pushing professional development of Liberian youth in all capacity. Announcing his running mate, Nosivet Janice Weah, former entrepreneur at Orange Liberia, Reverend Brown described Madam Weah as a God-choosing one who was selected after scrutiny. He narrated that his vice presidential running mate is a person who has love for God and for country Liberia, adding that she comes with a wealth of professional competence, integrity, and compassion. This is how we move over to another headline under the New Down newspaper. Ahead of 2023 campaign kickoff, Speaker Chambers cushions Liberia against violence. Ahead of 2023 campaign kickoff, Speaker Chambers cautioned Liberians against violence. The news in details. House Speaker Dr. Buffer Chambers has cautioned Liberians against acts of violence during the conduct of the pending presidential and legislative elections. Speaker Chambers, in a telephone interview on the House of Representatives legislative program on ELBC Thursday, admonished Liberians to be supportive of the peace process. According to him, election is the articulation of ideas that should tolerate the views and aspirations of each other void of violence. In the coming days and weeks, our nation will be engaged in a crucial democratic process where diverse ideas and vision will be presented. I urge all political parties and candidates to uphold the principles of respect, tolerance, and constructive dialogue. Let us all focus on the issue that matters most to our people and engage in a spirited yet peaceful exchange of ideas. May we remember that our strength lies in our unity, and it is by working together that we can build a better future for all, Speaker Chambers said. House Speaker Dr. Balfour Chima has cautioned Liberians against all acts of violence during the conduct of the pending presidential and legislative election. With this being said and read out, we move over to K. Lyndon Tokpa for a total summary on our local news from our Source Independent Probe for today.
All right, thank you, Courage, again. Thank you, always. Independent Probe newspaper. Let it be peaceful. Let peace be the center of your reportage. President Weah rallies Fourth Estate reaffirm peaceful elections. President George Manuel Weah has rallied members of the Liberian media to the sustenance of peace and tranquility in Liberia. President Weah told cross sections of media that the medium and manner of reportage ahead, during and after the ensuing general, legislative, and presidential elections are critical to the sustenance of peace in Liberia. The Liberian leader stated that the work of the Liberian media remains critical to sustaining years of peace, which provides an enabling environment that is essential to maintaining a peaceful environment for all, including the workings of the media. Liberia has celebrated more than 10 years of peace and tranquility, following memories of years of wars and human suffering from years of civil conflict. President Weir, at an interactive forum with members of the media, said Liberia remains a beacon of hope and a particular lesson for the region from years of armed conflict, and the need to continue the path of peace is a national obligation of all, especially the media, which is the bridge between the politicians, stakeholders, and the general populace. He cautioned that the October election are critical to the survival of Liberians, and the media, as a major stakeholder, must take the necessary steps to ensure peace reign. We have come a long way to turn back as a country. That is why I continue to champion peace and a peaceful transition of a civilian rule. Since my ascendancy as president of Liberia, I continue to champion peace and frown on unconstitutional takeovers of legitimate government. Peace is indelible right of all. When there is peace, you as a member of the fourth estate will have the environment to freely practice and do the business, and this we must ensure. Liberia cannot go back to those dark days of civil war, and media has a major role in spreading the message President Weah stated. So, with this being said, it brings us to the closure of the Independent Pro newspaper. It's back to Grafina Part for the beautiful continuations of this news segment.
Thank you, Kelly Topa, for the reading being done earlier by you from Independent Pro and from Page Africa. This is how we close down on our local news here in Liberia as it relates to our sources for today. The Independent Pro newspaper, the Front Page Africa newspaper, the New Dawn newspaper, and the Daily Observer newspaper. We encourage you to please get yourself a newspaper because here on the daily edition of Inside Print Media, we only bring you top stories relating to our country, Liberia. We do not go beyond top stories. So we encourage you to get yourself a newspaper that is sold for an affordable price and be acquainted with all of the information relating to our country, Liberia, especially as we are gearing towards campaigning. As we are gearing towards campaigning come tomorrow. So we close down and we move strictly to our international news for today. Our first source is the CNN News. So we begin the headlines. More than a million displays at Shannon's Habib region views from record wins. More than a million displays as Shannon's Habib region views from the record wins. More than a million people have been relocated from their homes in China Habib province following a deadly storm earlier this week, according to state media, as officials warned it could take a month for the waters to recede in some areas. Rain from the remains of Typhoon Tosu slammed the northern province of 75 million and the neighboring cities of Beijing and Tajin starting last week and causing heavy flooding that stranded residents, washed away bridges and highways, and left at least 22 dead. The storm brought the heaviest rainfall Beijing has experienced in 140 years, marking a significant test of the region's capacity to handle extreme weather that experts warn will become more frequent in climate change. Evacuated residents have been transferred to makeshift settlers and shelters in hotels and schools, according to state media reports. Social media posts showing people dropping off donations to these shelters or settling up booths to offer food, while a district government within Tajin called on residents to help house their displaced relatives and neighbors. This is how we move over to our BBC News here at Focal Online TV as it relates to our top show here, the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. The BBC News headlines. Change discovery helps fight against malaria. Chance discovery helps fight against malaria. Scientists have found a naturally occurring strain of bacteria which can help stop the transmission of malaria from mosquitoes to humans. They found it by chance after a colony of mosquitoes in one experiment did not develop the malaria parasite. The researchers say the bacteria could be a new tool for fighting one of the world's oldest diseases, which kills 600,000 people every year. Trials assessing its safety in the real world are now taking place. Scientists at a research facility in Spain, run by GSK pharmaceutical company, made a discovery after noticing that a colony of mosquitoes being used for drugs development has stopped curing malaria. This is how we close up here on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media as it relates to our sources of news for today, both locally and internationally. So we now move over to one of our important discussion here today. As we are all aware, or we are being informed here today, that campaign begins tomorrow, August 5th. So this is our peace message here at Focal Online TV. We are an important and an independent media institution that prioritizes the peace of the nation Liberia, of our nation Liberia. So here at Focal TV, we use our mark and we use our voices to air our peace this time around as we gear towards the campaigning period. Let us prioritize peace in our country, Liberia, whatever we do. Let us seek peace because with peace we are able to endure all of the hardship and negativity. Please let us seek peace. Let us seek reconciliation. Let us be able to ignore the drama from one political party. And let us be able to work together with one idea and mindset because when we have unity and we have peace, Liberia will become a better place. This is the message from the Fuka team here this morning. Kelly Notopa, you would like to add your voice?
Yeah, well, I just want to step on the previous statement made by His Excellency President George Weah to amplify the call for peace and tranquility as we move ahead towards this crucial election. Let us let us consider Liberia as the most significant denominator that we can disagree with politicians, we can disagree with their manifestos, but we should always remember that Liberia is our common denominator. So we should do everything possible and possible to ensure that we we are able to peaceably organize ourselves and peaceably disagree with others. One of those days where we resort into violence. So let's continue to exercise peace in all of our activities. Peace first, peace last, and peace forever.
Okay, thank you, Kaylin Dontopa. I also join my voice with the speaker, and he also cushions Liberia against violence. He's cushioning all of our citizens of Liberia to not prioritize violence this coming campaigning arena. He's saying, let us do away with violence. Violence is never good. Violence is always bad because sometimes it brings chaos and it brings memories that we don't want to ever experience. So he said, Liberians is asking all of us to do away with the act of violence during the conduct of the pending presidential and legislative election. Remember, Liberia is what we have, and Liberia is what we must protect. Liberia is what we have, and Liberia is what we must protect. So, before we proceed with our aspirants here in the district, those who are aiming for political seat come October 10th, we want to officially hear a statement from them as it relates to the campaigning spirit beginning tomorrow, August 5th.
Yeah, before we even try to start calling some of those people who are contesting for the higher seat in District 18, and we have already said that It is our hope that everything goes peaceful. But last night, I saw a message, a very important message from Tim Andy, one of the stakeholders in District 18, who a lot of people consider to be a presumptive candidate. They put up a statement, and that statement is very, very important. They were similarly amplifying their voices to call to caution Liberians to be peaceful at all times, to disagree with politicians, and but they should do it in a very peaceful and non-violent fashion. So that was just like I just thought it wise because Andy Goverdella happens to be our CEO. That's why I know he's a politician, but he doesn't use his political, he doesn't allow his political reactions to extend to our media institution.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I am in agreement with you. Andy Poplejara is a very I can call him the people's friend. He's friendly. He's a guy full of discipline. He's a good leader, and he doesn't sad when it comes to issues relating to our country, Liberia, firstly in that of the district number 13. So he's a guy who is friend with his decision. He's a guy who says things that make impact in the life of many citizens here in the district of District 13. So I'm hoping that we could get a statement from him. Firstly, our technical team are working in the background, wherein we could place a call to him and we could hear from him as it relates to the campaign arena. What is the message he's airing out to citizens of district number 13 and that of our country, Liberia? So let's take a short break. When we get back, we will hear from the CEO of Focal Online TV, Andy Jara, who is not contesting this time around, who is not contesting 2023 for political seats. He's not contesting for a political seat within District 13. He's a citizen of Liberia and he resides within District number 13. So he's going to give a verdict as it relates to the campaign period. Please get that right. So we take a short break. The minute we get back, we will hear from our CEO, Andy Jara, who will give a statement as it relates to the campaign arena here on Focal Online TV, and he will give a statement, official statement, encouraging. I'm sure Andy is a man who encourages people a whole lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He has been calling for peace, and
Yeah.
this is not the very first time. I think Andy is not the kind of person who will want to caution or encourage people to
Yeah.
subscribe to the tendencies of violence.
Yes.
So he's a peaceful man, and the fact that in the recent the by-election of Honorable Edo Pape, he participated into a primary as per the intelligence I have gathered so far, and he respected the decision of the party. That is a clear indication that he is a guide of peace. So want to accept the decision that was being dramatized at the primary, and there were other people who deviated from the party's decision. You understand? So Andy said, "No, I will have to stick to my party's order, and I will not contest." So that is a clear display of peace.
Yes.
You understand?
He prioritizes peace. A man who is peaceful, a man who is disciplined. Yes, that's who he is. So we take a short break for. So when we get back with the issues as it relates to our campaign period, and we will have all of our political personnel who are aiming for political seat here in district number 13 to give a statement as it relates to the campaign spirit come tomorrow, August 5. So we'll take a short break. Please stay with me as we'll be right back shortly.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Tobo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Play jingle.
Fuck up. Fuck up. Fuck up. Fuck out TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the daily edition of Inside Your Print Media here on Focal Online TV. So we are about to hear from the CEO of Focal Online TV as he will give a statement relating to the campaign period that will bring back tomorrow officially to all of the political parties here within our country, Liberia. And Andy Boblejara.
Good morning, Mr. Jala.
So this kind of connecting the minute he gets on, we will inform you. But then we will take um, we will take information from Lyndon so far as it relates to the campaign period officially and in depth. Maybe you could just talk small about it and what are your expectations? How do you think how we are getting the other colors online? Our political people here within the district, our technical team are getting to be online, and then we will hear from Lyndon so far.
Well, that is indeed a tough question. It is indeed a tough question. The reason why I say it's a tough question is because when you are in the media, you don't have any expectation. The the overall expectation of the people and the overall expectation of the people or what the people do is your expectation. So whatever decision the people make ahead of this crucial process, we are definitely going to live by it. You understand? So if the people say, if the people get to the pool or the ballot box, so wherever people will vote, and they say yes, it is about time that we need to bottom in a transformation. Definitely, we will subscribe to that to their decision. If they say there is a need for a continuation, definitely we will. But what we are interested in here is that we should be able to have this election on a peaceful atmosphere. And after the elections, we begin to love each other and try to do things in a very peaceful manner. That's the most important thing.
So I think you did not hear me or understand me well. I asked, what are your expectations? I'm not saying the people's decision
Oh,
afterward. I'm saying your expectation. My expectation would be the country gonna be a joyous one. You're gonna see one political party rejoicing, sending on slogans, and another political party. The country is gonna be colorful as it relates to the different T-shirts. The country is gonna be peaceful. The country is gonna be yes. That's the kind of expectation.
all right, I
yes.
understand from the backdrop you are
Yes.
speaking now. Okay, but no, Liberia, we are not a stranger to Liberia. There are a lot of things that will be happening, and but we are just pressed for time. So I want us to just go strictly into the issues and let's try to connect.
Yes, let's try to
Let's try
connect
to
with the
connect with the
others.
people, so that they can provide a statement. The likes of Olympia Crowd, who is also contesting for the highest seat, Princess Gabriel Kennedy, or Solomon Chico. Let's go.
Thank you, Kelena. So while we are connecting with Paulina Kwatuka, and we're hoping to hear from her soon. We are in studio and we are connecting with her. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Greg Finan Korishpa, and I'm calling from Focal Online TV. I'm serving as the presenter on the delayed edition of Inside Your Print Media, and you are live and you are being broadcasted on our platform this morning. So, we call you officially to ask for a statement as it relates to the campaign that will be officially open by tomorrow. What will be your statement to your business and that of those who reside within District 13 in our country at large? Thank you so much for that question. We are you here on our platform. Don't forget, this is the delayed edition of Inside Your Print Media as it relates to the campaign arena. We will be calling you up every time to get an information from you to get a peace statement as it relates to the campaign arena issues here within our district and that of Liberia. So it's nice having you here on our show this morning. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am, and we wish you all the best. Okay. So we wrap it up.
Hello?
Yeah,
Belinda
I
Kwatuka.
think I listened to
Hello?
Cornelia. She amplified on the very statement
Are you guys hearing me?
we have been initially saying. Do you understand? She made mention about peace. She classified district 18 to be an area that is best known for intellectual output.
Yeah.
So she is of the conviction that honor her leadership after the people shall have cast their vote, and she is of the conviction that they will definitely elect her. Well, the process, we hope to see what the outcome of the process will be, and you understand. So everybody at this point in time will be expressing the level of confidence that they will become the victor of this election. But one of the things that I admire from her is the fact that she is also championing the call for peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she aimed firstly that our district is known as an intellectual district. So if this district is known for intellectual acts, we should prioritize peace.
Yeah, then we should prioritize it. But on the flip side of the coin, uh, the proliferations of ghettos in the district now is the one that is now changing the situation around. So this is why she is saying,
Thank you, kid. I don't want to dive into your your statement this morning, but thanks to Kalina Kratokwa, a young female who is aiming for a political seat here within our district come October 10, and she's running officially on the Unity Party ticket. And the last thing she said for us as citizens or residents of district number 13, she said we should take it very seriously. Election issues or electoral issues are things that we don't just take on notice. We don't ignore it.
yeah,
We take it very seriously because whatever decision we make for ourselves now will take us further. If it is bad, it will move us backward. If it is good, it will move Liberia to a different level. So we move straightly to another color that is our
Madam
incoming.
Kennedy.
Yes, Madam Kennedy, if elected, she will be the representative of this district. If elected, Princess Gabriel Kennedy, we will have her on the court immediately as we hear from her concerning the campaigning period come tomorrow, August 5.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Madam Kennedy. Yeah, you are welcome on our platform. Tomorrow happens to be the official kickstart of the campaign activity. We call purposely to hear from you. What is the final message do you have to tell your supporters in the wake of the the process that is about to start on tomorrow?
Oh, okay. Let me say thank you to Fokai Online TV for seeing it prudent for us to reach out to us this morning for getting a message as we approaches the electoral process of capacities in Liberia. Let me say good morning to these lovely people of the and everyone that is following this live broadcast this morning. We want to say morning to every one of you. Um, as we go towards the electoral process and the campaign process in Liberia, it's our prayer and hope that people of Liberia, citizens of Liberia, will see it necessary to believe in our hearts that Liberia is all we have. Elections come and go, Liberia will definitely stay, and Liberians will definitely remain. So we should put Liberia first and then try to be violence free. Preach the message, send the candidate, be direct to the point, avoid attacking personalities, avoid everything that's going to bring confusion, because in the wake of doing that, that will cause chaos to our country. And for every time that we fall into violence, it's not good for us, especially to the young people of Liberia. We should not be carried away. Nobody should allow them to use us or use you as a person to go out there and put up for violence. Know what we want because the country of Liberia, our own peace and development, it lies within us, the young people. We should not be carried away. That's one aspect of it. Yeah, yes, yes.
I want to ask you a question. What are the strategies you have put in place to ensure that your team or your supporters do not come in conflict with another side supporter.
To be right, coming not to come and coincide with other support, let's ask for a plan of actions, the complete activities. So, but right, once you are transparent and working with the plan of action or the complete activities, we expect not to come coincide with each other. So everybody on the day of campaign launch, everybody should have an activity plan, a special day to do that own activity so that will not be confrontation. So we hope and pray that every one of us will work in line with the authority and see how best we can avoid all these things that will cause us problem in our country. Because like the words we have.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We are running out of time. It's good having you here on the delayed edition of Inside the Media. Continue to share our live stream here on Foca TV. It's nice having you. We appreciate your thoughts. We appreciate your statements given to us this morning in order the residents of District Number 13 to prioritize peace, avoid violence. And we should always remember to put Liberia first. Thank you, Madam Kidwo. Kennedy, it's nice having you.
Thank you, Madam Courage Five, Foca, the voice of Foca, the voice of the women of Foca Online TV. I appreciate you all this morning. Thank you for having me on your show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
So I think we now have Andy Brookell. He wants to make a statement.
Good morning, team. Are you guys
Good
hearing me?
morning, Mr. Jala.
Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Good.
Good morning. Good morning. Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Yeah. You are a very important stakeholder in District 18, despite you are away. But tomorrow happens to be the official kickstart of the campaign period. What is your message do you have for residents of District 18 and particularly Liberians in general?
Well, I want to say thank you to both of you in studio, Miss Pai and Mr. Tukba, along with your crew in the background. I want to say good morning to the peace loving people of District number 13. Good morning to the peace loving people of Liberia. And good morning to everyone watching us. I am glad to have been picked up this morning by phone to give my message to the people of District number 13, especially in this crucial time of January election. As we are aware, as as we are aware, we will be officially going into another campaign.
Okay, so sad. We just lost our CEO. Hopefully, he will be back. Please stay with us. We just take a 1 minute break. When he's back now.
Hello, are you hearing me?
Yes.
Mr. Jala, are you there?
All right, so we will be going into a campaign period tomorrow, and the campaign will be ending in October. In this period in our country, especially for District 13, that is known for an intelligent um hub where you have a lot of young candidates fighting for the highest seat in the district. We know that it is a rough time because election campaign around the world is not an easy period. More especially where candidates will be selling themselves. They will be marketing themselves to us, to the electorates, telling us what they made of when it comes to leadership, especially what they intend to draft in the next 6 years if elected. So at this period in our life, I just want to admonish and encourage every electrics in District number 13, especially those who have not decided to have pick or side, because you have in every electoral process people who already know the way, or people who already know the candidate that they'll be voting for, and then you have some other people who have not yet decided who to vote for. So during the campaign period, they will be given the opportunity to listen to people platform, to listen to people leadership trends and characteristics that have made them over the years, and what they will be proposing in the leadership when elected. So I encouraging all of us, those who have made decision, those who already have a side, to be very much peaceful and to be very law abiding during days of during these days of campaign, because District number 13 is all we have, Liberia is all we have. In election period, I listened to Madam Gero saying that we should avoid attacking personality. It is good, but I want her to know in everybody that election campaign period is where people try to provoke other aspiring to go down in the quarter because they want to have more relevance. So, Madam Gelo, you have to be prepared for personal attack. But then, what can you do to avoid those personal attacks to not be escalated into a violent? It is very important that you need to start to put in some mechanism. And I also listened to Madam Kratuba. She made a very brilliant point as well, in encouraging everybody with intention to be law abiding and to be peaceful. Lastly, I listened to Gedo Kennedy, wherein she said that she will be able to work with the electoral process in the district based upon her time I'll be given her to come up, because we had this chaos in 2018 wherein you have the two major political parties in Liberia, Latin Union Party and the CC, having one closing day of campaign, and then that brought a real serious crisis on that day in the day after, and we went into that election wherein some people were not able to vote because they were wounded. But however, are we prepared to avoid this kind of crisis? This is one of the questions that we will be asking ourselves and we will be watching. So I want to encourage everybody within District number 13 to be law abiding, to watch the electoral calendar and to watch the electoral processes, so that we can be able to avoid major crisis and major chaos in our district. Liberia is all we have. This period is an event, and after this event, we have 6 years to live together as peace-loving people. And we should be able to know that this election, the vast majority of voter on the average is a young people. So the young people should be prioritizing peace and non-violent campaign period. So this is just my message to the peace-loving people of District 13 and Liberia at large.
Thank you. We have run through our time here. We have 45 minutes on our show. We have gone above 45 minutes. But since we are talking to our CEO, we are well protected. So just conclude, you mentioned every electorate I encourage to be peaceful, to be law abiding. So depending on their side, so meaning depending on the candidate they have decided to vote for. So my question comes in: what if I am an electorate of this upcoming electoral process and I have not yet decided to support a political party? What is your message to me?
Yeah, so as I say, that we have three kinds of people. We have people who have not yet decided. We have people who have decided positively, or have people who will be deciding against, right? So those who have not yet decided at this time, the news campaign period, to gather all of the analysis and then make a decision to know where they will go. So this campaign period is very important for these kind of people like you guys. And then we are also saying that you need to be peaceful, because if you are not peaceful, you will not have a proper decision making, right? So you have to be peaceful. You have to attend every political candidate rally, or every political candidate meetings, and then listen to the platform. And then you will be able to gather more facts and then more analysis, so that you can be able to make a decision during this election and campaign period, so that you can be able to have a check mark against that candidate on or to attend.
Thank you, CEO Andy Poflejala. So to wrap it up, Kelly Notokba, let's notify our viewers. Ambassador Mohammed Vani Khan, thanks to the team. And our CEO is always watching us. Thanks for watching, Andy Bublejara, Eric Palop Collins, Junior Silly. So we close up on our CEO statement. Every electorate are encouraged to be peaceful, to be law abiding. Now, if you have not yet decided who to vote for, he's saying to you, and we join our voices with his voice to tell you Liberia is all we have. Use campaigning periods to know what is best and peaceful for our nation, Liberia. Use campaign periods to know what is best in making your decision as we place Liberia first, come October 10th election. Thanks so much, CEO. It's nice having you, Honorable Andy Boblejara.
Thank you, and have a blessed weekend.
Thanks for Princess Gedo Kennedy, who will be contesting, or who is contesting, sorry, for the political seat on the ANC political party. Her number is fixed at 13. Am I right, Kelly?
Yeah, you are definitely right. I think it is not because they have entered into a collaboration with another party, so it is no longer ANC, it is CPP.
Oh,
which is the
CPP.
collaborating political party.
Collaborating political party. Thanks for the correction. So she's contesting on that political ticket and on that party ticket. And then we have Colina Kwatsokwa, who is contesting on the Unity Party ticket, and she's Rescue 13. Am I right?
Yeah, Rescue 13.
Rescue 13. Okay. Okay, Rescue 13. So this is how we wrap up on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. We apologize to our viewers for the long term today in our broadcast, and we appreciate you all for following us. We will be back again on Monday with the news in details and the headlines and information relating to campaigning period. Please stay with us. Continue to share our live stream. You heard it from the Honorable Colina Kwatogba. She stated that Focal TV is being appraised by their action and their acts as it relates to district number 13, and we are proud of it. We are proud. Lina Tokpa, are you not proud?
We are super proud.
Yes, we are
super proud. I am even more upbeat.
Yes.
Than even the
so step up our game more.
Right, Cornelia cry. I'm very, very much excited.
Yes, and Madam Gedwo to mention the same thing. So Foca is here for everyone. Foca is here to bring innovation to broadcasting. Thanks for watching. We will be back again Monday with another interesting top story as it relates to our country, Liberia. With this being said, have yourself a blessed weekend. Remember to be grateful for greater things. Be grateful for small things. Be grateful for everything. Happy weekend to you. Thanks for watching Focal Online TV, the daily edition of Inside the Print Media. Thanks so much for watching. We will be back again on Monday by God's grace with interesting top stories and headlines.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds.